Previously on Family by the Ton.
My whole family decided to go on a weight loss journey together.
I have endometrial cancer. This is life or death. In order for me to have surgery to remove the cancer, I need to lose about half of my body weight.
Okay, 586.4.
You're down 25 pounds.
Amazing.
Awesome.
At the same time, I have no idea if it's growing. I have no idea if it's spread. I don't want it to be too late.
It's been a couple of weeks since my surgery, but I've been following the regimen to a T, so I am actually feeling pretty good.
We got a Spartan race coming up.
Let's do it. That'll be fun. It's my first race, Dad.
I love the idea of being able to do one of these obstacle races, but the idea of even attempting it scares the hell out of me. And I have no clue if I'd even be able to finish.
I'm having surgery tomorrow.
Are you nervous?
I'm very, very nervous. You don't know if you're gonna wake up or not.
With the male distribution of abdominal fat, it often makes the operation more difficult on males than on females.
Ed mentioned the other day that y'all had like a little barbecue and that you kind of had like a lot of stuff to eat.
What? No. No. What the? I had a burger. I mean, is that too much?
We just love you, Casey, and we're just concerned. We want you to do good.
If you love me, then don't approach me in the way that you just approached me. If this is really what they're here for, to just like spy on me and attack me for something that I'm almost positive they themselves are guilty of, do I even want these people here?
This is an issue that we're all going through together. And
I'm sure.
It's always like, I don't want to think about it, I don't want to talk about it, I don't want to do this. And you just like shut us down on everything.
I talk consistently about everything. What is this whole like I shut y'all down thing? Today's Ed surgery day. I thought we all kind of had support for Ed as our main focus, and then as soon as he's in the back, I'm just like blindsided from this attack from Amy.
I just want you to know that we are here for you.
And I don't
and there
think you're
are going to
not.
be emotional moments when it's 12 o'clock at night and you want to go get something out the refrigerator, because I've been there myself.
You know, I may have overate. I may have even overate then. I may have.
You don't like to be called out for anything.
But you were literally just like calling me out. So I hear you overate on this and you're not answering. You're literally calling me out right now with this.
Ed is having a vertical sleeve gastrectomy. We're going to take a specialized surgical stapler and remove about 85% of the stomach, basically leaving the patient with a long, narrow tube of a stomach. Ed has the heart attack fat, where the fat is located around the organs, not just underneath the skin, where we tend to see it more often in women. That type of fat leads to higher incidence of cardiac disease, heart attacks, type 2 diabetes, the things that lead to shorter life. It also makes the operation more difficult. All right, thank you.
I think I'm doing okay, and the whole the last thing I want to worry about is we don't think you're losing enough weight. I'm sorry, it's not something I'm trying to hear. I already got to think about the surgery, so I'm good.
Casey just doesn't seem to care. If you talk about food or losing weight, he tends to just either make a joke of it or just dismiss whatever you're saying.
I'm not going to respond anymore.
I mean, Casey, but this is the issue.
I'm not doing this anymore.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
We're done. You did great.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
So glad.
So they're going to get him to the recovery room. He'll be there hour and a half, and get him upstairs, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. I'll see you guys soon, okay?
Thank you.
Sure thing. Bye now. My hope is that Ed's operation will allow him to become healthier, more active, so he could spend more time and do all the things that he wants to do with his daughters that he's really not able to right now. Worst case scenario is patient goes home, they don't adhere to the diet, they're drinking sodas, they're eating bad things, they're not complying with the exercise program. This isn't going to do very much, and he's going to wind up right where he started despite the surgery.
Jason, let's go. Today's a really tough day. In the middle of all this stress of fighting with my cousins and knowing I have my final Dr. Proctor appointment coming up, Sam passed away. We've had him for over 10 years, so that sucks. We're gonna bury a couple of his things to remember him by. So, I printed this picture of him.
That's my Sam.
Yeah. Here's a good boy. So then I got his little duck pheasant thing. I don't know what this is.
He liked to play.
I know he liked it.
Yeah.
Hold that for a second.
A little ball.
Then I got this little Christmas thing you gave him.
Yeah, I know.
And then there's his collar. So we'll put it all in there. I figured we'd, one good squeak.
Yeah.
And then we'll put that in there as well.
He was good, smart dog. I miss him so bad.
Me too. It hurts a lot. When you don't see people as much as I don't see people, you talk to things or you'll talk to yourself. And Sam was just somebody I could just like hang out with and have close. He just was never different with me. Like, he was the same. Oh, man. He would never treat me different. He would never treat me different because I was big or look at me different. He just loved me for who I was. And I'll miss him. Yeah. He was like one of my best friends and he's gone, so yeah. It hurts a lot, but what can you do? Oh man. Worst part is I feel like we kind of let him down. He was a black lab. Like, they're supposed to be athletic dogs that like have this like, just when you think of them running through the woods or through a field and jumping in the lake. He became us. He laid around, very lazy, ate probably not the best. And that just doesn't make the life of a dog longer. Like, it shortens it. And if it shortened his life, I know it'll do the same thing to me. That's one of the things that after the surgery and everything was gonna happen, I was hoping we'd just change our lives and be active and be out and taking places. But
yeah.
Sadly, you won't get to be a part of that, so.
I know. All right, son.
Yeah.
You can get flowers in there.
Now that Sam's gone, it kind of opens up my eyes into more so of the life I want to live. And it's just I know I need to do everything I can to lose the weight that Dr. Proctor wants. And I know I need to do everything I can to get the surgery. But it's discouraging because after this fight and then Sam, it feels like I'm losing everyone that I lean on for support.
To go back on it.
Yeah. It just feels like everything's falling apart at the last minute.
Sam, you're a good boy. I just wish you'd have been with us a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling today, babe?
I'm feeling better than I did yesterday, I think. Well, yesterday I felt real great, real good.
You did. Oh, you were out of it.
So, I don't remember a thing except from moving over on the stretcher and on the in the surgery room.
You don't remember moving from the OR over here?
No.
You don't? Yeah, you done it.
What'd y'all talk about in the waiting room and everything?
We got Casey in a conversation. We were just talking, me and Amy and Amanda, and from there it kind of blew up. Casey, got on the defensive, and he was almost to the point of not wanting to have the surgery. It kind of got heated, and
I think I need to give him a call, see how he's doing and stuff. I'm looking for the future for me and Casey both. I wasn't trying to get anything started, but I told Amanda about how Casey was eating and all, and she took it upon herself to talk to Amy, and they just tag teamed Casey during my procedure when I was back having it done. I don't want Casey to give up on bariatric surgery because of this whole situation. Because if Casey doesn't get this surgery, he's not gonna be around much longer. I heard you had some issues in the waiting room.
Amy was like, so I hear from Ed that you overate.
She just bashes you with everything.
She named off all these bullet points of things that I've done wrong. Nobody's perfect, and I feel like I'm the only one being called out in this entire situation. You talking about my life like you know it all, what it's like to live it. You don't.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay.
Today's my 1 month checkup with Dr. Proctor, and I cannot wait to see what I weigh.
We'll get your blood pressure first.
Okay, sure. Since I confronted Casey, I've got like all this negativity weighing on me, but I have this upcoming Spartan race with my dad, and that's kind of what I'm focused on. After surgery, your body is sore. You can't, exercise at all besides just walking around. But it's super, super critical for me to work out and train my body so that I'm not going into this race. I'm prepared, so I really need Dr. Proctor to clear me to exercise so I can start training for this race.
All right, let's go ahead and get your weight. All right, 337.4.
That's pretty good. I mean, I've lost about 20 pounds since my last weigh-in, so I'm feeling great. Thank you. That's really gonna come in handy when it comes to running this race. I'm gonna have to be pulling my body weight up over walls, up ladders. Any weight that I can lose is definitely gonna benefit me.
Hey there.
Hey, Dr. Proctor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Well, your heart rate's 100. Blood pressure is up a little bit, but are you not having any pain?
I'm not having any pain right now.
Okay. Having some pains right after surgery is to be expected, but you're doing great. So, your pre-op weight, you were 356. Today you're down to 337.
That's good.
20 pounds is not too bad. Yeah.
Not shabby.
Not too shabby.
A month out of surgery, it's really tougher than everybody, explained to me that it was gonna be. I'm definitely noticing that my energy is kind of low, but I'm seeing myself moving a little further, going a little further each day. So I'm definitely noticing those positive changes as well. But it really does worry me to have such a big race coming up.
This first few weeks is the roughest time. Not only is your body getting used to having had surgery, but it's getting used to everything.
Yeah.
So remember why you're here. Remember why you did this, okay? Because you're going to look back on a picture a year from now and say, wow.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of that. Should be exciting. So today we saw Amy back in the office, and I was really impressed. She's lost about 20 pounds since her surgery. She looks fantastic. Amy should be able to get below 300 in 2 months without problem. She should probably be able to do that within the next couple of weeks. So you're good to start exercising now. You can go up. You don't have any physical restraints.
I'm a little concerned about, like before when I work out, I would guzzle water. And I'm just afraid I'm not going to be able to get enough water in my body.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point because you can't guzzle water now. What you're going to need to do is pre-hydrate. Drink a lot of water beforehand, and you learn to keep your fluid intake up the entire time. And certainly pre-hydrating the day before is the way to go.
Yeah.
All righty?
Great.
I want you to go out there and have at it.
You're gonna see some big things. I'm so glad he cleared me to exercise. Those Spartan races are no joke. I know my dad already has a workout plan, so I'm really just hoping I can keep up. I'm pretty nervous about that, but I'm also excited about trying something new, so I'm gonna give it my best shot. We doing the thing. We doing the thing.
After the confrontation at Ed's surgery, I understand how Casey feels because I've been confronted before by family members that were concerned with the way I was eating or not exercising or not doing anything. I got defensive too, but I hope in time he can see that we confronted him out of love. I really want him to succeed because losing weight has helped me do so much more than I could before. My spot.
Good luck. I'll be waiting for you.
Thank you. Will you keep my purse for me?
I will.
Thanks. I was diagnosed with cancer about 2 years ago. At this point, I've lost enough weight to be able to have my ultrasound to see the status of the endometrial cancer and see if it's spread, if it's growing, or if it's the same as it was before. If it's spreading, then I'll have even less time to lose the weight than I thought. I'm super nervous because I don't know how it's gonna go. The first time I had an ultrasound, there was a lot of people in the room having to hold up my stomach. I'm just hoping that with me losing weight, it won't be as much of a production and I can just kind of be normal.
All right. So I'm Melissa. I'm going to do your ultrasound.
Okay.
So you've had one of these before?
Yeah.
2016 was the last time?
Yeah.
Did they do anything when they found out you had that?
They put me on hormone treatments. Because of my size, they couldn't do radiation or anything or the hysterectomy yet.
Right. Okay. And do you have that?
Because the stomach will go.
Look at you. You don't know how many people can't do that.
I've spent a lot of time in hospitals, so.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Just let me know what you need me to do.
All right, so we scan on top. You let me know.
I still have a stomach that hangs, but I was able to, hold my stomach up so that she could get under to do the examination. I didn't have to have other people in there to help, so I'm really happy with that. Unfortunately, I won't know results today because it has to be sent to be read and then the results to be sent to Dr. Proctor. For now, I just try and stay positive and hope for the best, but I'm an avoider. So I usually put it in the back of my mind and keep moving forward. And now I can't do that. I'm scared it's just going to consume my life and I just can't let that happen right now.
Working out with my dad is exhausting. I'm actually really terrified I'm not even gonna be able to finish the race. How long do you think that's gonna take us to do?
Probably at least 4 to 6 hours or better.
Now that Dr. Proctor has cleared me to exercise, my dad's taking me to work out today. I know he's the perfect person to help me get fit and ready for the Spartan race and just move forward with a more healthy lifestyle.
We'll get us a good little warm out before we get into the tough stuff.
The fight with Casey is still in my mind. I'm really feeling bad. Amanda and I did try to hit him up on a text message, and he still just gives us nothing. So I'm hoping that working out a little bit is gonna keep my mind busy and occupied.
So you excited?
I'm excited as I'm gonna get down. I'm trying to pump myself up for it.
Yep, a little nervous too, I am.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous. I've never done anything like this before.
I've asked her several times before to do them with me, and she never felt like she was maybe physically fit to do it. But now she's going down that road, and I think she's doing amazing. We can help each other out. I mean, you're going to be my support as much as I'm going to be your support.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to pick it up a little bit, just a notch.
Go.
Go, Amy, go.
You go.
I need to go.
It's like I'm riding in the wind, my hand.
Yeah. One thing about Amy, she don't quit. We're going to do a squat, toss, you catch. Too much?
Nope. I wasn't expecting it.
You would. She's got that determination and she's got that grit about her. That's going to push her throughout this course. Good job. Excellent.
Working out with my dad is exhausting.
8, 9, and a big one, 10.
Seeing what he can do. All right. Go, Dad. I'm actually really terrified I'm not even gonna be able to finish the race.
Come on, give me another one, because there's gonna be a lot of this.
But I still did want to do something to show him how much I appreciate him helping me. Since we are running this Spartan race together.
Yeah?
And we are being a team, I got us shirts.
Oh, Amy, you didn't. Baby, that is absolutely gorgeous. You know how much this means to me.
Yeah, Dad, we did. We're doing it together. Finally, had to make it official.
Thank you, baby.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm so excited about this, and I'm so glad.
How long do you think that's gonna take us to do?
It's gonna be up and down, and up hills and down hills, and around curves in mud. we're gonna, just do what we can do. Probably at least 4 to 6 hours or better.
I just learned this race is gonna be at least 4 hours long. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've invited the entire family. They're all gonna come. My dad told me this race is gonna be in the forest somewhere. So what if I get like halfway through the race and I just get stuck in the forest? Like, are they gonna get an ATV to come and get me? The whole family's gonna be sitting up there waiting for me. It made me really nervous actually, and had me sort of second guessing things.
After the fight with Amy and Amanda, and then losing my dog, things have been really rough. I feel a little lost, but Ed's back home. Surgery's over. I'm gonna go see him today. Since he's the one that told them about me eating cheeseburgers, it would be nice to hear his side.
What's up?
Hello there.
Come on in.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you feeling?
I'm great. So,
Oh, God.
couldn't be doing no better. What do you want to see what mine looks like after surgery?
Yeah, you can show. Yeah, Amy showed me hers, and that was kind of. Yours looks better than hers. You don't have near the bruising she did.
Mm-mm. I mean, it's not sore either. See?
That's crazy. That's really good. I see Ed, and he looks like he's doing good. I can actually tell he's a lot smaller than he was, especially in his face. He looks a lot thinner, and so I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I heard you had some issues in the waiting room.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were all there to support you and be there for you. And then, like, you go back, and Amy, she just, like, turned to me and was like, so, I hear from Ed that you overate a couple of days ago to barbecue, and you don't answer our texts, you don't tell us about your appointments.
Instead of just saying, we're concerned and all that, she just bashes you with everything.
She named off all these bullet points of things that I've done wrong. I was pissed. I was really mad that I was being come at like that. When anytime anyone else had done anything in my eyes that was against their diet or their plan, I haven't spoke up, I haven't said anything. And that's not because, I'm gonna lean up a little bit. That's not because I don't care. That's because I'm not gonna judge them when I know I'm not perfect.
Right.
And I know I'm messing up. Nobody's perfect, and I feel like I'm the only one being called out in this entire situation. I've never confronted them about anything they've done. And I never would, because that's not, one, it's not my place. Two, I don't think it's healthy for this whole journey we're on.
Yeah, I don't want you to think that I was just trying to
No, I know
get something started.
I know you weren't.
I'm concerned.
It's okay.
So,
It's just the whole way they came at me.
Right.
Why save up all this stuff and just unload it on me like it happened? I just think, like, the way it was being handled and approached, it just didn't come off the way that made me feel super like loved or what. I mean, I don't want to say not loved, because I know they love you.
Well, I can tell you, they meant well. That they may come at you the wrong way, but their hearts are in the right place.
Yeah.
They care about you. You need to sit down with them and talk it out. I mean, I love Casey to death, but I think he's taking it the wrong way about the way the girls approached him on it. They're thinking of the long term for his better health. He is stuck in his house at all times. He's not able to do anything with his size. He's not able to get up and walk a long distance. And I want Casey to lose his weight and be around a lot longer for the whole family with us. You need to have this, Casey, because it's going to make a better life for you. It is going to make 100%.
I mean, I know it's
difference.
something I need. I know it's something I need. And I know it's something I have to do.
You're going to do great through it. I'm going to be here to help you with it. Amy and Amanda's going to be here to help you.
Yeah.
And your dad,
It's
your
just
mom.
tough. I understand everyone wants me to be as healthy as possible, but just after that explosion, seeing all that stuff and feeling like I'm being treated unfairly, it just put me in another mood where I'm just like, that's enough. I'm over it.
Are you going to go talk with them?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Ed is right, and I do just need to sit down and talk with him and just get it off my chest. But if they come at me again, I am done.
Man, I think Casey likes to dismiss things, but it's time to own up.
I don't deal well with someone calling me out in the way that you did it. I'm not embarrassed of anything I've done, said, or whatever. I felt pissed off.
last time I saw Casey was in the waiting room when I was holding him accountable for what he was eating. I think Casey likes to dismiss things, but it's time to own up. Come in. So I asked Amanda and Casey over so we can just talk about it face to face.
Hey.
What's going on?
I'm tired. How are you feeling?
Craptastic. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. Like, he was really defensive in the waiting room, and I mean, I understand why he would feel like we were ganging up on him. That was really not the case at all. So, you know, I just really hope that this conversation sort of brings some light to the situation.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So how you feeling, Casey?
I feel all right.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. The whole thing that happened at Ed's surgery, I felt super attacked, ganged up on, annoyed, pissed off, a lot of feelings, really angry. I basically was just like, I'm shutting down.
I know you guys want to talk about the fight.
Yeah, I was feeling kind of down.
Yeah? Well, I'm not embarrassed of anything I've done, said, or whatever.
I don't deal well with someone calling me out in the way that you did it.
These conversations that just kind of like, I don't want to say throw me under the bus, but like I get so quickly frustrated because like you talking about my life, like you know it all, what it's like to live it. You don't.
Should I have eaten the cheeseburgers? Probably not, but it was a moment of weakness. I ate one thing I really wasn't supposed to eat, and you guys just like throwing it in my face.
It just gets bad.
And the whole process is really scary to me, and I've just had a whole bunch of stuff going on in my life with Sam dying, and now that you've all had the surgery and I haven't, I need y'all on my side.
I know that we've all kind of gone through some struggles. This is just like a huge mental and physical challenge that we're all taking on together. And
I mean, I don't exactly know what you're going through, but we've all had moments of weakness, so I just want us to be able to help each other with this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I really don't think if I wouldn't have had y'all to be around and talk to me about some of this stuff, I just would have been in bad shape. I mean, I hope you know that we only said all that because we love you and we care about you and we want what's best for you. I'm sorry we had to, we just wanted to make sure you were, on the right path with us.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't trying to make you feel bad.
It's all right.
I'm sorry too.
When I get really defensive, I just have this bad tendency of getting loud. Because like really the only defensive mechanism I have is my voice. Like I'm not gonna beat anybody up in a fight, probably not. But I can yell louder than you and I can be louder than you. And I'll talk more than you, easily. But so I get loud in these like conversations that I don't mean to.
Yeah, I understand.
Don't you remember just like from the beginning when we all decided to do this, everybody was just so, I don't know, just different to me. Like, Casey, your head was like 5 times bigger.
Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, you guys were huge, sorry.
Yeah.
You guys were
Big old
enormous
fat
back then,
asses.
you big fatty. No, yeah.
Having cleared the air with Casey, I'm really feeling a lot more relieved. I really want all of us to be around for many years to come to have fun together. So hopefully we can just move on supporting each other as a family.
I don't want to say I don't notice the change. Like, I mean, I notice people are like happier and
I mean, besides the physical part, like I feel like a mental change. I've seen a mental change in all of us.
Now we just got to get this guy's surgery done.
yeah,
We'll be all done.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah. But once you have the surgery, are you looking forward to like maybe having your own place and being more independent?
Yes and no. I've never lived on my own. I've never been away from my parents, so there's definitely like a kind of like baby bird leaving the nest kind of thing.
Right.
But like getting another real job, having to like manage my own bank account and like having a bank account, figuring out rent and payment for stuff, that stuff's definitely scary because like I'm in my 30s and I've never really had that. I haven't even driven, so I mean, there's just so many things that like I feel like I'm gonna have to relearn and learn, and it's very scary to think about living on my own.
Casey, I'm really surprised because he is opening up a lot more. I think this is the first time really that I'm getting the bigger picture of what all is behind him not getting surgery. It's not the surgery itself. It's just the whole aspect of him having to grow up. It's a lot at one time for one person to deal with.
Thanks for coming to see me, guys.
Yeah.
Get y'all out of here. Need a little help up. Ugh.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't want you to pull me.
Oh, you good? One,
Yeah, here, give me here.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. No, I'm good.
You good?
I'm gonna just pull this table. Oh,
You got it?
yep.
Don't worry, I feel you.
Oh, that was low. I feel much better leaving Amy's today because I think we left with a better understanding. We know that we're all there for each other.
Amanda should be here in just a little bit.
All right, babe.
We doing fine, China?
What fun time? No, we have company coming.
Okay. I'm 2 weeks in to living my brand new life after surgery. And my wife and I invited Amanda over tonight just to catch up and talk about life after surgery.
It's been a few months since my surgery, and I can definitely feel a difference physically. I can move better, walk better. But as I pull up today, I realize I've never even been in Ed's house before today because he has stairs. As far as I've come since my surgery, stairs are still a massive challenge for me. If I can't get up the stairs, it'll be completely mortifying. But I'm going to give it my best shot. You know, most people wouldn't see that as a challenge, but it's a really big deal for me.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Come on in.
How are you?
I'm doing just fine. How are you doing?
I'm good.
It's good to see you.
You too. You look good.
You do too. How you been doing?
Thank you. Pretty good. I think that Ed is a rock star after surgery. It's only been a couple of weeks, but I can definitely see the weight loss, especially in his face and shoulders.
Well, Amanda, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all ready to eat?
It's amazing the amount that I can eat now, and my kids out-eat me.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Such a difference eating with the family. Used to, my habit would be just to eat by myself because I didn't want to eat in front of anybody because of the amounts of food that I was eating. So to be able to actually sit at a table and eat dinner with family means the world to me. So how are you liking your new skinny daddy?
Good.
I'm skinny.
Yeah.
I'm working on it, that's for sure.
We've been going to work out more,
Oh, well, that's good.
and he's been coming with us to soccer.
Well, that's awesome.
I want to get to about 245. That's my ideal goal weight.
That's crazy. Is there anything that you are missing since your surgery? Because I used to always have something sweet before I went to bed, some type of ice cream. I mean,
Tell me about it.
so I do miss that.
I did too.
And I've noticed like stuff that's sweet is like extra sweet now. Like when I make the smoothies, it's like super sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Like her sweet tea, I'll take a sip and I mean,
You can't, yeah. It'll all be worth it in the long run.
I talked to Casey.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's been emotional because of Sam passing and y'all's fight.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard they ended up meeting with you and Amy.
Yeah, we all got together to talk, and I think we worked it out.
That's good. He's excited about having the surgery.
That's good.
So, and I'm proud of him. I mean,
I am too.
He's good. He's gonna need all our support.
Yeah, that's great.
So when's your other procedure?
Hopefully soon. I have to get down to 460.
Oh, okay.
But actually, I was finally able to get the ultrasound the other day, and now I'm just waiting on the results.
That's great. And you'll finally find out if it's spread or not.
Yeah. The best outcome would be that the cancer has shrunk or by some miracle gone away. The worst outcome would be that it has spread or advanced in the stages. So it's everything's just up in the air really until I know what is going on. So I'm terrified.
I'll be honest, I'm still freaking out about this surgery.
Yeah?
Today, we find out if I am approved for bariatric surgery. I'm worried that I'm gonna have my hopes shattered when I step on the scale. I've really gone back and forth on whether or not I want to get the surgery. But after losing my dog this week and seeing the change in my family, I know with 100% certainty this is something I want to do. My approval appointment for Dr. Proctor is coming up tomorrow, so I know I need to work extra hard to lose the 60 pounds that I need to lose. So I've hired a personal trainer for the first time in my life. This is the first time I've been to the gym in a long time, and I am a little bit nervous. I want to feel tired. I don't think that's a terrible feeling. It's just like, I don't want to die. Hey, what's up, man?
Casey, right?
Yeah. Dex?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing great.
So what brought you here?
Just trying to lose weight, eating better.
So what's your diet like?
They want me to eat more meals a day, but like less food.
Less food and smaller
And that's
meals.
really what the hardest thing is, because like my mind still tells me I can eat like plates and plates of things, and I eat so much I get full, and then like when I'm supposed to eat later, I just don't feel like it.
So like, how do you feel about your body?
I mean, I'm fat, so I feel tired already, but I mean, I'm okay. I have a little more energy than a person my size probably should.
Okay.
But I do swim more occasionally. Like this will be my first day here, but I swam Monday and Wednesday.
Okay.
So I feel like I'm doing more. I'm trying to even make sure I'm eating right.
Sounds to me like you're ready to work.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's definitely my first time working with somebody like Casey. I mean, you can't really judge a book by its cover. So like, we just do as best as we could do, whatever energy he has. Arms out straight.
Okay.
Here, we're gonna do arm rotations,
Okay,
15 each
so
way.
All right, gotcha.
Good, now we go back the opposite way.
All right.
I had Casey move his own body weight so he can establish a correlation between what he's accomplished already and what he can expect himself to do in the future. Good, nice. Good, just knees up high. Good, keep fighting.
Oh.
How you feeling so far?
I'm a little winded.
All right, just take it 1 pound at a time, we'll get it.
Okay.
Drop your chest over. Good, pull the weight to your chest. Squeeze, arms out straight, arms out straight.
Oh, arms out straight, okay.
There we go, now stand up.
And lift with it.
Yep, that's it. And back over. Up, let him down. We gotta let him down before we stand up.
Oh yeah, back.
Pull it to your chest.
Okay.
Drop it down, stand up. Good, keep your eyes forward, we don't wanna get you dizzy.
Okay.
So bend over
I
again.
think we're getting dizzy.
Getting dizzy?
Hold on.
Oh, take it down, here, I'll take the weight.
Okay.
Take your time. Need a second?
Just one more.
Yeah, you're good.
Swimming and doing this stuff is completely different, because in the pool you don't feel your own weight. You're just moving like a weightless body. All right, I'm good. You can run and walk for hours and not really feel as much, but in here it's like
Big slams, Casey, big slams.
the littlest motion, and you start to feel and stuff. It's a lot different. 15.
Oh, you killed that.
Okay.
That's good. A little different than what you've been doing?
Oh yeah. I'm sweating. Normally I'm in the water so people can't see me sweat. And I've got a lot more clothes on than I normally do because I'm in the pool.
You can get rid of the shirt. You want to lose the shirt?
No, we're good.
Oh, okay.
No. At my weight, I'm way too self-conscious to take off my shirt in public. I've had experiences with the gym, where people made fun of me in the past, and that's probably what kept me out of the gym for so long. But I'm not going to do that anymore. That being said, I'm still a little self-conscious.
Good. Come on, Casey, fight like hell. That's 5. That's 6, come on. That's it. Hey, job, hey, good job. I think he did a good job. He came with a great attitude. He worked hard. I think he kicks ass.
I appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you. Great job. I look forward to hearing from you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I've never worked out this hard in my life. Since I'm meeting with Dr. Proctor tomorrow, it's now like, did I do enough? Did I try hard enough? Did I cut enough things out? Did I do the right stuff? Did the little things that I was doing to cheat really affect me at all? It's constant worry. 3 months ago, I first met with Dr. Proctor, and he asked me to lose 60 pounds to be approved for surgery. And today I find out if I am approved for bariatric surgery. I'm very nervous, definitely freaking out a little bit. Hello.
Casey.
How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. Super duper.
Come on in. Have a seat. You brought Mom and Dad?
Oh, yeah.
How you
Hey,
doing?
good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Come on in. Good to see you.
I've been working to lose weight. I probably didn't do anything perfect, but I did those things to the best of my ability, and I just hope it's worked.
So it's been a few weeks. How's things?
Everything's okay.
Yeah?
Everything's all right. Yeah, it's not like our dog passed away, which was kind of rough, but
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah, it was only bad because it was like so sudden.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really think it was going to be like the last day, but yeah.
How old was he?
He was 11.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's all
That's
right.
tough.
It was a little rough.
It's like another member of the family after 11 years.
Is.
Yeah.
How you been doing?
Like, I'll be honest, I'm still freaking out about this surgery, and I'm hoping you're going to say yes and everything, so.
Well, let's weigh in real quick, see where we are with things.
Get up and weigh. Every time I go to Proctor's and I get on the scale, I'm always a little nervous. Get rid of everything in my pocket. But this time, it's just like even worse.
I feel like I've been jumping through all these hoops to get surgery.
And I'm super worried that I'm going to have my hopes shattered when I step on the scale.
If I don't get approved today, I feel ready to give up.
Next time on Family by the Ton.
The obstacles in the Spartan race are insane.
You got it, baby. I got you. I got you.
I literally almost started crying.
Well, I got some really big news about my cancer.
What?
I got the results back from my ultrasound.
Yeah.
It's been a few months now since we've had our surgeries. Tonight we are all getting together just to celebrate how far we've come.
I'm looking at the mirror and seeing a whole different person.
I think they'll be really shocked and surprised and happy with the progress I've made.